Okay, today we are going to be talking about translating words into symbols, all right? And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about what an algebraic expression is. And what I want you to do is that pink chart that you have, I want you to turn it upside down and turn it over on the back. And we're going to write 5x plus 15. And on top of that, I'm going to write expression. And this is upside down, so we're going to fix that. Okay? So, an algebraic expression does not have an equal sign. That is called an equation. All right? So we're going to talk about the parts of this expression. And I know that I hope this has been told to you before. I don't know, but I understand that you probably won't remember. The number 15 represents what we call in math, we're getting out of focus, so we've got to fix the focus. Represents what we call in math the constant. The number 15, it doesn't change, right? When it's by itself, it stays the same. The number 5 stays the same. The number 3 stays the same. So in other words, it's by itself, it just sits there. It stays the same. It's constant, okay? Can anybody in the room tell me what the x represents? What do we call that in math? Yes. Well, that's close. It starts with a V, I will tell you that. Good try. Variable. Okay? So the x is a variable. We don't know. It's something unknown that we're not sure what it is. And any letter we can use. We don't have to use x. X is the most popular, but we see it used in many different ones. Yes? Variable. No, well, that's because my R and my I are coming together. Okay? Variable. All right? So the variable, it's some unknown. All right? Now, in this expression, the number 5 represents something that we call in math, and I would have, oh my goodness, a surprise if anybody knows that, what it's called. All right, you want to try it? Tell me. Oh, no, that's too easy. No, it's sitting right next to the variable. It has to do with that. No. Good try. It is a coefficient. Okay, of the variable. In other words, it's sitting right next to the variable. It's a coefficient of the variable. All right? So and when you have a coefficient and a variable, it's implying that you are going to multiply those two things together. Okay? And so we just want to sometimes to know that. Sometimes you'll see with an expression, it says evaluate. Okay? Evaluate. And when it says evaluate, 5x plus 15 when x is equal to 2. What they're asking you to do is to substitute 2 where you see x. So 5 times 2 plus 15. What is 5 times 2? 10 plus 15, which is 25. Okay, so we have evaluated that expression. When we solve an equation for x, we're finding out what x equals, okay? So if this had been an equation, and we wanted to solve to find out what x equals, it would have been written like this. 5x plus 15 is equal to 25. Then that is where you solve for x, and you would find, and I'm going to do it even though this is not what we're doing today, minus 15 on both sides. Get our constants on one side, our variables on the other. 5x, 25 minus 15 is 10. And then this is multiplication. To undo multiplication, we divide by 5. So you would find that x is equal to 2. And remember, that's what x was equal to up here. Do you remember that? So that is solving an equation. This is just evaluating an expression. That's the difference. This whole lesson is going to be about learning about what words mean and how do we look and find what those words mean and turn it into an equation. Or because what our goal is in the next few days is to be able to get an equation and figure out what problem or story problem it matches, or get a story problem and pick the correct equation that it goes with. And you kind of have to understand some terms when we do that. So let's flip this page. Now, we have made this a whole big chart up here, and we've given you all kinds of things and how things are set. Now, I'm going to go over a couple of highlights that you need to know. And so, addition, these are the operations. These are the keywords or phrases that are used to mean those operations. Here's an example, and here's the translation. So for addition, we have plus. You might see in a word problem the word plus, more than, the sum of, the total of, increased by, added to. Sometimes it says and. Sometimes it says also. Any of those things, and my recording just froze.